everyone is a fantastic racer, and not everybody wants to be. So we want to enable people to experience these cars in the way that they want to. So racing games have always been about, you go into multiplayer, who's fastest, who gets across the finish line fastest. So that's about, well, choose the best car, have the best skill, maybe play some dirty tricks by running into people, but get across the finish line as quickly as possible. We want to make that a bit different. That's, of course, still in there, because that's what racing games are usually about. But we've given a much richer experience now for how you want to race. So, again, what we saw from version 2 is people would race online, but they would get together in lobby, and they have their headsets on, and they talk about, here's how I want the race rules to begin. We're going to play clean. So anyone who can make it through this race clean wins. Or cat and mouse. We're going to play a game of tag or things like that. So we said, oh, we should make this behind actual rules instead of people just agreeing to. So we got around 100 rule sets, or rule levers that you can pull here to set up the game exactly where to be. So if you don't want to be about who gets across the line fastest, say, no, I like drifting. Okay, then you go and you make these rule sets about, where are we at? Where's our drift scoring? Scoring time. Time-based, no, drift points. Okay, and number of player groups. I only have 2 teams. So now you have not only drift scoring, you've got team-based drifting. So it's not just whether can you drift really well, can your entire team drift well with you? And it totally changes the experience of the online racing. Some of the other preset things we have in here. Keep it clean, like I talked about. We want to race clean. So drag racing, pretty standard. We've got this for V3. A lot of people really want drag racing because this is where the upgraders and the tuners really shine. Straight line racing, but if you can't set your car up right, you're not going to excel at drag racing. And this is a specific skill set. Great, add in that mode, put rules around it so that people can have the drag racing experience that they want. Drifting, like I said. Tag, this is where things start to get weird. So you say, I don't care about how we're getting across the finish line. This is about tag. If I bump into your car and I'm it, now you're it, and you got a timer counting down. Person with the least amount of time on their car after the event wins. Or tag virus. I tag you, you're now also it. So we got 8 players racing, they're all trying to get away from me. I tag a few of them. Then we got 3 people going after 5, trying to knock it. And you're down to just one guy who's trying to hide from 7 different guys that are out to get him. Totally different game experience. Cat and mouse, one of my favorites. You break up into teams. Everyone's a cat except for one person in each team. There's a mouse. Cats trying to protect their mice and get them across the finish line, and the cats try and kill the other team's mouse. So you got people trying to run interference, block the other cats, mess with the mouse. With realistic physics, you get cars beaten so bad they can barely even hobble across the finish line. I had a guy when we first were doing cat and mouse, I had a little the Jetta as when I was being a mouse, and everyone else had LMP cars, which makes for ridiculous carnage out there. But I had a guy like Peugeot 908 trying to push my car across the finish line because I had no ability to move. Everyone had just been beating into me the entire time. And so then it became like a game of soccer. He's been trying to punt me across the finish line. Totally different racing experience now online. You can make it exactly how you want to play it.